What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how you can sell high-ticket dropshipping products just like these ones, and I'm going to be going over the exact strategy you need in order to implement this in your dropshipping store. And I'm also going to be going over how we can find trustworthy suppliers with super quick shipping so we can compete with the behemoths like Amazon or even Wayfair. Now, obviously, high-ticket dropshipping is quite different from your everyday dropshipping store, simply because it requires a lot more trust from your customers. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can implement those exact trust factors to get customers to pull out their credit cards and pay $1,000, $2,000, or even $3,000 on your website. The most expensive products I've ever sold using this strategy is over $4,000. So basically what I'm saying is no matter the price point, this strategy works. But there's definitely things we're gonna need to tweak from our standard everyday dropshipping store. So without further ado, let's hop into my computer and I'm gonna show you exactly how we can set up this strategy. Alright guys, so one of the main differences from AliExpress and high-ticket dropshipping is how we actually source the products. For example, if we go on the standard website we would use to dropship, which is AliExpress, we can come try to search something like pool table, and if we check the results out, pretty much nothing shows up, and there's a few reasons why. AliExpress doesn't really focus on large items because these are all shipping out from China, and it's very expensive to get items with large volume over the United States. So obviously that creates a huge problem, but it also creates a huge blue ocean for people who are willing to put in the work and follow the supplier methods that I'm going to be teaching you today. But before we find our product, we're going to actually want to identify what niche we want to sell in. A few examples of really good niches for high-ticket dropshipping would be furniture, wedding rings, or even tabletop games like ping pong and pool. And also there's tons of other niches that you can actually get in. One way of being able to identify more viable niches is by writing down all the things that you can think of that cost over $1,000 and put them in Google and go over to Google Shopping and see if anything shows up. For example, if I'm to type in ping pong over here, we can see that in Google Shopping there's tons of different products over here. But now that you've actually identified your niche, you're probably thinking, how can you actually start sourcing these products? And it's actually a lot easier than it seems. And one way that we can actually take advantage of this is by using Google. So we can just come on Google and we can type in the product or niche we're looking for. So in today's example, I'm going to be doing pool tables, and we'll just look up pool table drop shippers, and what's going to happen is Google's going to populate all these different listings from us. We're definitely going to want to avoid any of the Chinese wholesale websites like Alibaba, because in order to sell those, we're actually going to have to import those by sea crate shipping, so we're definitely going to avoid those. But the websites we want to look at is some of these websites like Wholesale Right Now, Trademark Commerce, and just go through a few of these if you can. And basically you're looking for these suppliers that are shipping out from the United States. So this is a perfect example. This website says 500 real wholesale sources in the USA for about anything. So basically the strategy at this point is trying to whitelist a few of these different websites. And another search term I also like looking at is typing in wholesale at the end of it. And what's going to happen is there's going to be tons of different listings that pop up, like Billard Wholesale, Direct Games Table. To be honest, these are the websites that we primarily want to work with more than some of these drop shipping sites like this. Like for example, this pool table doesn't look really cool, but this is a really cool website where we can see they offer tons of different pool tables. So what we're actually going to want to do at this point is get prepared to contact them, but we don't want to just contact them anyway, because otherwise they're just going to look at you as some random person trying to get in contact. So a few things that I recommend before you actually reach out to these companies is to have a tax EIN number, and this is definitely going to make you look a little bit more legit. And then I definitely recommend you have a domain name already purchased, and this is a really important detail, because if you reach out to this Billard Wholesale company and tell them that you're pooltableusa.com and you just got into the industry and you would love to house their product, they're going to be much more likely to actually do drop shipping services for you rather than you reaching out to them unprofessionally. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I see people get into when they actually try high-ticket drop dropshipping. The game is completely different when you're doing B2B transactions with these USA suppliers. It requires a different level of professionalism, and you're gonna have to really act like a real business. So I definitely even recommend contacting them with your custom domain. For example, tan@pooltablesusa.com. It's just gonna look a lot more trustworthy, and they're actually gonna be more inclined because they're gonna think this is gonna be a more profitable relationship and that you can actually get them more purchases. And obviously, I'm not saying this whole process is gonna be very easy. To be honest, it's very tedious getting in contact with some of these suppliers, but the people who are actually willing to ring them up and make these relationships, you can really start a profitable business. So I really love this high ticket dropshipping model. But now that we've sourced our products, I wanna go over how your website's gonna differ from a standard AliExpress dropshipping store. So in today's example, I'm gonna be going over how Wayfair's website is so trustworthy and it really brings customers to purchase. So number one, we're gonna wanna go over to their product page, and this is one of the most important elements that I found on websites like Wayfair and Amazon. They actually give you a real-time shipping update, so you know if you're placing like a $2,000 product that you're gonna get it by October 15th, otherwise something's wrong. So this is definitely a gigantic element that I recommend you having in your high-ticket dropshipping website, and there's actually tons of apps on the Shopify dashboard that you can use for this exact process. And when you're working with these US suppliers, you usually have a really accurate shipping time, so you'll actually be able to put accurate dates on this, which will definitely increase your conversion rate. And another element that I definitely recommend you have is like a 1-800 number on the top over here, or just something that they can call. And obviously you don't need to manage the customer support line all the time, but if you connect it to your phone and you're willing to pick these up every once in a while, it will definitely be beneficial to you. If you see Wayfair has this, do you have any questions on your product? Our experts are here to help, and you can call or chat them, which just brings another element of trust factor. Like if we click this chat button, then it's gonna take us to live shopping assistance right now, which absolutely helps boost their conversion rate. If they have any questions on your refund policy or anything like that, it's gonna make any of their objectives crystal clear, and they're gonna know if they do run into any orders throughout this process of ordering the product, they can just come on live chat or call you and it will be resolved super quickly. And another thing, if we actually look at their product description, we can see how easy this really is. There's no fancy gifts, there's no crazy images in here. They just have a product detail, the features, the weight of it, the specifications, and I would probably put what's included in the actual box, which will definitely put a nice level of trust into it. And then definitely reviews are very important, which Wayfair is really good for. So sometimes when you're working with these wholesale suppliers, they might not have reviews on the product, which could be a little bit of a hassle for you. But when you start getting orders, I definitely recommend you incentivize your customers so you can start building up a customer portfolio like this, which is just so beneficial for anyone shopping. I know that's the number one thing that I do when I look for furniture, and furniture is definitely a harder market to get into because you need a lot of data like this. And if we scroll down to their footer menu over here, we can see how many different customer service links are here that will take us to answer pretty much all of our questions. So this is really smart for Wayfair because a lot of times when people are shopping, they want to know something now, so they can see right over here the refund policy and the return policy. So I definitely recommend that you have these policies on your footer page and even on your checkout page. If we go through Wayfair, we can definitely see that they have all these answers when you're going through their product. So obviously there's a lot different from the standard AliExpress dropshipping to a high ticket dropshipping store, and the design's a little bit different also. If you would like to see me design a high ticket dropshipping store in real time, I'd definitely be interested in doing that. Today I just wanted to go over some of the fundamentals you need to actually implement in order to get people to buy from you. Alright, so now that you're starting to understand the basic fundamental differences from standard dropshipping and high-ticket dropshipping, I actually want to go into advertising and show you how our advertising on a high-ticket dropshipping store is going to differ vastly from the standard approach. Standardly, with a normal dropshipping store, you would either run Facebook video ads or do something like Instagram influencers. But when you're selling high-ticket products, the game is completely different, because usually when someone sees $1,000 product, they won't go buy right away way because they actually don't have the intent to buy the product, but there's a way that we can actually find buyers who are looking for these products right now. And it's a different platform for advertising called Google Shopping and Google AdWords. And I'm actually sure that you've seen these before. If you type in almost any product on Google, you'll see this carousel over here showing all products that are actually ads. And if we come to this shopping tab, we can see how many products are actually in this list. There's absolutely tons of them. And each of these people is actually paying to get their ads on here. So just think about how much more effective these ads are where you're finding customers who are searching this product up right now. Because chances are if someone's looking for a pool table and they see these promoted first on Google, then they're going to be highly interested to check these products out. Google has a very good reputation, and usually when you're searching things on Google, you want to go with one of the first or second listings because they're usually most relevant. And then if we come over here, this ad over here is a Google AdWords ad, which basically they're placing it as the very first listing. So if you see, Wayfair is completely controlling this pool table section. They have a shopping ad ranking #1, and they also have a pool table ad over here, which is very clever because they're gonna hit you right as you're looking for this product. And then if we actually scroll down, we can see that there's more of the organic listings over here, but just think about how much more effective it is to be almost 2 whole scrolls ahead of everyone. Your conversion rate's gonna be absolutely nuts because every time someone's looking for pool tables and you're showing up #1, then you're gonna have a super high chance at making a conversion. Now, obviously, I'm not saying Google Ads is cheap. To rank on one of these listings, you need the highest bid. So it's a little bit different from Facebook where you actually set up your bids, but Google Ads is actually so easy to set up compared to Facebook ads. So to actually set Google Shopping ads up, it's super simple. One thing that we're gonna need is this ad called Feed for Google Shopping. They have a few different apps that you can check out. It's gonna sync all your variants to Google because if you wanna advertise on this section, then Google wants to be able to tell their customers if there's free shipping, the refund policy, and a lot of these good information. So just download this app. It takes a few minutes to set up, and then standardly your products will go into review phase. That takes about 24 hours, but once it gets approved, you can just go inside Google Ads and you can create a new campaign in this sales section and just click over here shopping, and then you're just going to want to link the products that you're trying to advertise and the country where you're trying to sell it, and then click continue. I'm not going to go through the whole setup process here because I don't have any products ready to show you, but this process is super simple. And if you want to set up some of these AdWord campaigns, you can just go inside that campaign section and go to search over here, and you can just go to website visits, put in your website, and then you're going to need to install your tracking code on your website, which is pretty easy. You just take this and put it in between the head tags on your theme.liquid file, and then you'll be pretty much ready to go. And it's going to take you to a new page where you can actually set up your search parameters. So you can tell Google that you want to show up for pool tables, but you don't want to show up for pool tables wholesale. And you can get really specific with this, and Google's going to be able to tell you exactly what keywords got you which sales and what keywords didn't. So at that point, you can start removing keywords and optimizing your ads. And the more that you spend, the more efficient your ads will get. So this is definitely a very brief overview on how Google Ads actually work. If you guys want a full high-ticket dropshipping tutorial, blow this up and let me know down in the comments that you guys want to see that video. I primarily wanted to show you guys this method so you know that more than just standard AliExpress dropshipping is out there. There's tons of good ways to get into the dropshipping game. So if you don't like AliExpress and the low profit margins, you're gonna absolutely love this method. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a ton of value. If you did, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you do want to see the full high ticket tutorial, then make sure to let me know down in the comments. But that's all I have for you guys today, so peace out. Take care.